Hey folks, Carrie Gatlin here, your favorite Nashville realtor. But I'm not here to talk about real estate today. I am worked up after reading this article about this guy, Marvin Ortiz, in, I think it was Fairfax County, killed somebody after just being released from jail yesterday. Now, this keeps happening. I don't understand what the hell is going on in our country. But over and over again, we keep releasing people that have severe mental health issues and need support for that. We had the Irina Zaruska a couple of months ago on the commuter bus, killed by the guy Carlos Brown, who was a repeat offender. Um, Forget about the fact that these guys are illegal. That's not even what I'm here to talk about today. It's not about their legal status in the country. It's about our social justice um, system of. It's supposed to be a criminal justice system, not a social justice system. But somewhere along the way, we've lost our way. And I'm going to take partial responsibility for that. Because I'll tell you what, these judges that are sitting on the bench, we're all guilty of it. We go to the polls. We've got these ballots with these judges, and we look at their names and we go, I don't know who this is. I don't know. So we don't vote, and or we vote for whoever's name we like on that particular day. And so we have all of these, I'll say it, con- liberal judges that, in the name of social justice, allow people to reoffend over and over again. We had another one this week, the guy by the name of Fail P, I think, in Seattle, struck a 75-year-old woman, brutally attacked her with a board that had a nail in it that went right through her eye. This guy was well known by the police over and over again. He's committed heinous crimes, and they know him very well. That's a problem. When somebody is that well known by law enforcement and they're still out on the street, but it happens every day. I saw it for years and years and years, in my line of work. And some of you may not know that for almost 30 years, I worked on Skid Row in downtown LA, in government relations for a large nonprofit working with people experiencing homelessness and severe mental illness and substance abuse issues and repeated cycles of incarceration. So I know that which I speak. This is not a new subject to me. It's something that I've fought for years and years and years. And I'm a big fan, by the way, of the broken windows theory of policing. In fact, when William Bratton brought it to LA, I did a lot of research on it. It was a brief written years ago by George Kelling and James Wilson about how, when we restore pride and lawlessness cannot continue in our impoverished community, or any community for that matter. It doesn't have anything to do with poverty level. But when we stop allowing that lawlessness to just perpetuate cycles of deprivation and just blight in our communities, we start holding people accountable for things like graffiti and minor infractions and jaywalking and drunken disorderlies and things like that. The pride is restored to the community, and that's infectious. And people start to hold one another accountable. And when they see something, they say something because it's not okay anymore. And we start protecting victims' rights and not the criminal rights. That's where we've gotten off track. And I'm not sure how it happened. I'm going to take partial responsibility just because I'm a Gen Xer that's about to turn 60 in 3 weeks. And I come from the FAFO generation where we had accountability. And if our parents told us to do something, well, I'm not a good example of that because I didn't always follow the rules. But we believed in ethics and standards and accountability. And I think that to in large part, we all crave boundaries. We need boundaries. And it's constitutional. It's biblical. It is something that's been around since the dawn of time, and it works. And we need to start holding people accountable again. And I'm not bashing the younger generations, because let me tell you something. I follow some really incredible conservative commentators that I'm really fond of. And I get a lot of good information from them. People like Jeffrey Mead, Conservative Ant, is funny. Cruise Central, Becky Wise. People like that are spreading the word, and they're talking about restoring righteousness and calling good again. And somehow righteousness has been vilified in our country. And I don't understand it, because the Bible talks about it over and over again. In 2 Timothy, I think, in Romans, and Isaiah 5, chapter 5, it talks about woe to those who call evil good and good evil. There will be accountability one day for that. And so we need to stand up and say, it's not okay. Instead of getting all up in arms and bent out of shape about the National Guard and bombing drug boats. Listen, I'm over this whole fentanyl crisis. And if we got to bomb a couple of boats, I'm going to say it out loud, because at 60, I have a new lease on life, and I don't care what people think about me anymore. But if we need to bomb a couple boats to keep the scourge of fentanyl coming into our country, let's go. I'm all for it, because we have opened up our borders, and we have allowed people to bring that into our country. It doesn't originate here. And that's a problem we got to do something about. And I want to have a conversation about this. I want to have a good, respectful conversation. I'm going to invite you, everybody, to have a conversation with me, podcast style, on Zoom. And let's talk about the pros and cons of those activities. And has to be respectful. And because I respect you and your views, and all my friends know that. I have a lot of friends that sit on the other side of the aisle from me. And we can have respectful conversation about that without calling people names and blasting each other for the way we think. We're all a product of our environment and our upbringing and things that have shaped us over the years. And so we all think differently, and diversity is our strength. And but we need to get back to holding people accountable. And if somebody is, one of the things that all of these people have in common, typically, is severe mental health issues. We saw this with Nick Reiner killing Robin Michelle Reiner this last week. Severe untreated mental health issues. Mental health challenges in and of themselves are not the problem. It's untreated mental health concerns. And so we need to talk about what we're doing as a society to release people that really need long term treatment. I'm here to talk about it. I'm open. I'll do it respectfully, and I promise to love you even if you think differently than me. So let's do it. This is a call to action. DM me. Let me know if you want to be a part of that conversation. I'm going to do it in the next couple of days. And if you want to participate, I would love to have you. And let's get back to restoring some sense of order and loving kindness to where we can respect one another. Get out there and make somebody smile today.